There's always some degree of acting in a job interview. But when you're an atheist interviewing for a Catholic school, it takes a new level of skill. As a new immigrant, I had recently gotten my work permit, so I updated my resume and started applying for jobs. My experience in Argentina, my home country, included working for study abroad programs, so I thought education was a good place to start. However, I was skeptical that my experience abroad would be appealing to employers. But I get this email, and they're asking me to interview for a position at the Department of Chemistry at a university. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because I don't think I can name 10 elements of the periodic table in Spanish, let alone in English. And also like majors, minors, credits, yeah, I've watched movies, but I don't really understand how the system works. I'm clearly not the right person for this job, but I could really use the experience interviewing to get more comfortable, so I accept, and I decide I'm gonna approach this the way a professional actor would do. So I commit to it, and I start my research to come in prepared. 2 clicks later, I am watching the website of a Catholic school, and I realize this is gonna be a little bit harder. I'm not an atheist, but I did go through the trouble of apostasy just to get legally unbaptized. I'm not an atheist, but when someone invites me to their children's baptism, I ask if this 1-year-old came to this very personal decision before or after they shot themselves. I'm not an atheist, but my favorite country is Uruguay because they've had a secular constitution from the very beginning, not like Argentina, where the church can pass or stop law from happening on the grounds that 80% of Argentinians are technically Catholics. I say technically because that's the percentage of Argentinians that are being baptized. Again, 1-year-olds being baptized by their parents without their consent, and they have no understanding of what the civil consequences of these are. I might be an atheist. But also on this website, I find out about health insurance and paid time off and retirement plans. And now I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And it's gonna be so hard, but I pray that I'm gonna nail this role. That couldn't be more opposite to me in a language that I don't master. Just like Javier Bardem did in No Country for Old Men. So I come to this interview, and to my surprise, it's not only the office manager, but the chair and the vice chair of the department. They have copies of my resume with notes in them. They're asking very thorough questions, and they're friendly but incisive. I'm keeping up, but 90 minutes in, I'm worried that I had died, and I'm in hell, and I'm interviewing for an office position at a Catholic school forever. At this point, one of them says, this is a Catholic school, Jesuit, to be specific. Are you familiar with the work of Jesuits? I do my best to push down my Satanist urges. And I say, oh, actually, I am. Well, the current Pope is a Jesuit. He's also Argentinian, one of our 2 main exports, soccer players and popes. That's done. We move to a couple more secular questions, and they ask me to stay and interview with the chair alone. At this point, I've been in character for 90 minutes. I need a break. So I stay with the chair, and he sits down and tells me, just so you know, I'm going to continue this interview in English to be respectful of the other candidates. But I also would like you to know that I'm also Argentinian. And that explains it, why I'm even here. Who sends out a resume 95% in Spanish and gets an interview? So I start to relax, and he starts explaining about the school, the program, how the US basically works, and how I don't need to know any chemistry whatsoever to do this job. He offers a tour of the place, and we're having, at this point, I'm relaxed and enjoying the moment. And we end up talking about the sensitive political situation our country is going through, and we're both worried that this far-right candidate is going to win the election race. And we end the talk laughing and quoting jokes from George Carlin. And now I really want this job. And I hope that they're gonna give this godless girl a chance. And I go home and I sit tight for what's about to be a week before they get back with an answer. And 48 hours go by and I get an email saying, welcome to the chemistry department. And I'm in such disbelief that I don't actually tell anyone I have a new job until my first paycheck. I'm still very much against belief of any deities, but in hindsight, I should probably cut off the overall skepticism because I was clearly very wrong misjudging these people, and I also should have had a little more faith in myself. Thank you.